Hey y'all, I am JT Munns. I am a track athlete here at Colby College. And for my specific Unessay project is that I wanted to demonstrate how track as a unit could be used to describe and sort of explain different elements and different theories that we've learned so far in social identities. Specifically, I wanted to look into how track can demonstrate in-group love and out-group hate, as well as sociometer theory and terror management theory. I hope y'all enjoy. To best understand how track and field embodies in-group love and out-group hate, you first have to understand each group that is part of the track team. In general, most track teams are divided upon like 4 different lines, that being the distance runners, the sprinters, the throwers, and the jumpers. There is sometimes overlap between the events, but that's pretty unusual. Each of these groups have different training schedules, different coaches, different training plans, different training times. So this tends to bring out different groups in the track team, and sometimes there's a little bit of competition between these groups in the track team. But I'd just sort of like to demonstrate to you the basic stereotypes of each of these groups. So now that you'll have a general understanding of the 4 different groups that sort of comprise a track team, we can sort of look into how there's a little bit of a abrasion between these groups. For example, when you're a distance runner and then sprinters blow by you in their workout. Or when you're a sprinter, you just finished a grueling 400 rep and then this cross-country person just continues doing laps like it's nothing. Track teams also provide a fantastic way to contextualize the idea of sociometer theory. And if you guys remember back in the oldie days when we were learning about this, sociometer theory is basically the premise that self-esteem is used as a yardstick to sort of measure how you fit in your world. What is your standing when compared to others? And instead of self-esteem, we can sort of use your times, your PRs. And what I mean by PR is your personal record in an event to sort of compare yourself to how you stand with other people on the team. Unlike other sports, you know exactly where you stand on the track team. You know your exact times, your exact distances, how far you can throw and how far you can jump, and how all of those things compare with your teammates and with your competitors. And in this setting, in this context, it's really easy to understand how sociometer theory sort of works in the realm and context of a track. You know exactly how you compare with others, and your self-esteem on a track team directly correlates with how good you are, how good your times are, how good your throws are, and how good your jumps are. Track and field, especially at a collegiate level, also offers significant support to terror management theory, or the theory that humans use self-esteem and join groups and act as a method or way to buffer themselves from the existential fear of death and dying. And one of the ways we do this is through symbolic immortality, or sort of just living on vicariously through a group or an idea, or some sort of just like put your name on a building or something. And one of the best ways track does this, besides just forming a team, a group of people that you can live through, is by having records. And people each have their personal record or the personal best in each event. But the thing that a collegiate athlete wants most in track and field is to win their event in nationals, and B, more importantly, put their name at the top of the school record list for their favorite event. Hey y'all, so that is all I have for you. And as a quick recap, what we've discussed so far, or what I've talked about so far, is that in any given track team, there's generally 4 different groups of people, that being the sprinters, the distance runners, the throwers, and the jumpers. And there often there's a few rivalries in between these groups, mainly between the sprinters and the distance runners. We also talked about how track can be used as a good example for sociometer theory. How in track, so much of what we do is based on our times, based on our throws, based on our jumps, and how you can directly compare your times, your jumps, and your throws with other people. And that's very similar to sociometer theory's sort of idea that your self-esteem is sort of used as a yardstick to where you are in society and your status. And finally, we discussed about how the existence of PRs and records are consistent with terror management theory, specifically that PRs and records can be used as a sort of form of symbolic immortality, that by having your name at the top of a record list sort of cements you and your status in society. Finally, good luck with the rest of school and finals, and I hope you guys have a fantastic summer and just stay safe out there.